Hi, my name is Justin Sims. I'm the Quality and Warranty Lead at Bailey International. Today we're going to go over how to install a new seal kit into a tie rod cylinder. So first step is you're going to grab the tie rod cylinder by the barrel in a vise. We don't want to grab by either end because both ends of the cylinder are removed during the process. So first we're going to take the port plugs out. Next, we're going to extend the rod of the cylinder so we can access the nuts on the end of the tie rods. Next step will be loosening and removing the tie rod bolts that attach both sides of the cylinder together. Alright, so now that the tie rod bolts are loosened, what we're going to do is mark the location of the cylinder to make sure we put it back in the same orientation. Then we're going to slide our tie rod bolts out. Next, we'll take a dead blow hammer and gently tap the gland off into the cylinder. Once the gland's out, we'll pull the rod assembly out of the cylinder and set it to the side. So next, we're going to remove the base end of the cylinder. Just simply wiggle it and pull it off. And then we'll take our tube out from the vise. And now that's our entire cylinder disassembled into the components that we will work with next. So the next step is to remove the piston and gland from the rod assembly. You have your stem nut, piston, just slides off, and then your gland, which also slides off the rod. Alright, so now that we have all of our components out of the cylinder disassembled, we're going to open up our seal kit. Our seal kit part number is listed here for a 2.5 inch bore TC3 1.25 inch rod tie rod cylinder. So the first thing we're going to do is verify that all our seals are here. So we have our piston seal and piston seal backup or energizer. We have our rod wiper seal. We have our rod pressure seal. We have our stem seal for our rod stem. We have 2 O-ring backup seals, 2 O-rings, and a piston wear band. So if you're unfamiliar with seal kits or seal kit installation, I would recommend taking the part and identifying the seals that go with it prior to taking them off of the part. That way you can ensure that they go back in the proper orientation. So for our wear band, all we're going to do is grab the slot and pull it off and set your old seal to the side. For our piston seal, you'll need either a pick or a seal spoon to get underneath the piston seal. And pop it off. Same thing with the energizer below. Now that we have our piston free of any seals, we're going to want to take a clean, lint-free cloth and isopropyl alcohol or any type of brake clean or degreaser and clean our part. Make sure it's free of any dirt, debris, or junk. Make sure to wipe out all the grooves. So we're going to install the energizer, place it in the back side of the slot, stretch it and work it around. Keep a hold of it, keep it square, and spin the piston to ensure that the seal is square and not turned or kinked in any way. Next, we're going to take our piston seal, clean hydraulic oil, lubricate our piston seal, and then the same step, we'll place it into the groove on the backside and push and stretch with your thumbs until it pops into the groove. We're going to ensure that our piston seal is seated properly all the way around. Next, we'll take our wear band, again, clean hydraulic oil, lubricate the wear band. The wear band is split. Just pop it into the groove. And that's your piston done. We'll set that to the side. Next, we're going to work on the base end. So the base end seals are an O-ring and backup seal. With a pick or seal spoon, just get it behind the seals, pull them off. Set your old seals to the side. Again, lint-free cloth, isopropyl alcohol or brake cleaner. Clean the sealing surface and the seal groove. Make sure it's free of any dirt and debris. We'll take one of our O-rings and one of our backups from the seal kit. First, we'll do the backup seal. Now, it's very important, this backup seal is directional. So there's a flat face and a concave face. The concave face always faces towards the pressure and the O-ring. So your concave face will sit against your O-ring, the O-ring will go towards the pressure. So because this is the base end and the workings of the cylinder are in here, we're going to orient it this way. So first, we'll take our backup ring, lubricate it with oil, place it into the groove on the backside, work it around. Using your seal spoon, seat it all the way to the back. Make sure it's flat and seated properly. Next, the O-ring. Same thing, place it in the groove, stretch it around, make sure it's seated properly, and that's the base end done. Next is the gland end, and the gland end also has an O-ring and backup, the same as the base. Once again, our backup ring has the concave face and the flat face. The concave face always goes towards the pressure and the O-ring. This is the gland, so the rod would be out here, the internals of the cylinder would be here, so our pressure side is in. So we'll put the concave face facing the O-ring and the O-ring facing in towards the cylinder. Lubricate our backup ring, place it in the groove on the backside, work it in the groove. Take our seal spoon, make sure it's seated all the way around. Lubricate our O-ring. Place it in the groove. Make sure it's seated all the way around. Now for our rod pressure seal and our rod wiper seal, we're going to take our pick and our seal spoon. We'll start with a rod wiper seal. Stab the pick into the seal and push it in towards the bore of the cylinder. Take your seal spoon, get behind it, and lift and pry out. Same step for the rod seal, except this time we're going to make sure we only stab the seal. We don't get into the wall or the sealing groove of the cylinder. So now that it's removed, again, we're going to take a clean lint-free rag and isopropyl alcohol. And we're going to clean inside the gland and both of the sealing grooves. Now, we're going to install our rod pressure seal. So first we're going to lubricate it. Now, you can either squeeze the seal and place it into the groove and work it in that way, or you can use a seal installing tool. Just going to do it this way. Same thing for the wiper. The wiper we don't want to lubricate, it's the dry seal. And just press it into the groove. Once it's in the groove, take your seal spoon and make sure the wiper is fully seated in the groove and not kinked in any way. and that's that complete. So next, we're going to replace the stem O-ring on the rod. We'll take our pick, get behind the O-ring, lift it off, and work it off of the threads. We'll set our O-ring to the side. Again, clean lint-free cloth with isopropyl alcohol. We'll clean the stem of our rod, clean inside our stem groove. We'll take our new O-ring, we'll carefully place it on the threads. We'll take our stem pick, get behind the seal, and slowly walk it down in the valley of the threads. And once we're on the shank of the stem, we can press it into place, work our pick around, and make sure it's fully seated. All right, so next, now that we have all our seals installed into our components, we're going to take our cylinder tube, we're going to wipe it out, make sure there's no dirt and debris inside. We're going to take our rod, wipe it off, make sure it's clean. We're going to take a little bit of hydraulic oil and apply it to the stem of the rod and the OD of the rod surface. Then take our gland, which has our hydraulic oil applied to the seals, the new seals we installed. We'll slide it over the rod. Take our piston, slide it onto the stem. Take our stem nut, set it back onto the stem, and then torque it to the proper value. Click. Next, we'll mount our tube back into the vise using our orientation marks from before. We'll lubricate the base end of the tube with clean hydraulic oil. We'll take our base end, re-lubricate our O-ring and backup. We'll line our base end back up with the tube. And while gently wiggling and pushing, seat it into the tube. Take clean hydraulic oil, spray it into the tube, lubricate our piston and our gland O-ring and backup. Reinstall our piston and rod assembly into the tube, and then we'll line our gland back up with the tube and press it into place. All right, next we'll take our tie rods, place them back through the gland end and then through the rod end. Next, we'll take our nuts for our tie rods, shove them back on the tie rods. Next, we're going to snug up the nuts and the tie rods, working in a cross pattern. Once they're snug, we're going to do the same cross pattern and tighten them fully. After they're tight, we're going to push the rod back into the tube and reinstall our port plugs. That's all we have on how to install a seal kit in a tie rod cylinder. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any other hydraulic needs or questions, feel free to visit our website, link down below, or give us a call at 1-800-800-1810.